We begin 2017 with cartoonish third-person shooter Renegade Line. The game supports 4 playable classes: Thief, Sniper, Spotter and Tank. Each have unique abilities which can be tweaked as you level up. Hopefully this will give the game variety, making opponents and teammates different each fight and providing deeper pre-game tactics and team combinations. The other feature we really liked is the radio that will broadcast discussion and news about Renegade Line whilst you're out of battle. Unfortunately, Renegade Line's Kickstarter throws around a lot of ideas without adequate elaboration. For instance, it is put in bold text that you must choose between one of 2 factions, but there is no explanation as to how they are at all meaningful. Another culprit is the promise and listing of many game modes without detail on what the main mode is or how they'll differ from other team-based shooters. This has left us concerned that a lot of the game's ideas haven't been well planned or tested just yet. With a young team who've to this point worked for free, we're rooting for it and their success. And from the game's art and character customization, we can tell that the developers are certainly talented and capable. With its campaign funded and finished, Renegade Line's alpha will launch next month.
Pixel Princess Blitz has left us rather impressed. Beneath adorable but fairly standard pixel art, the game boasts considerable depth. A lot of this can be contributed to how it borrows from various genres. The overworld is set up as a hex grid and movement is done in turns, giving Pixel Princess a tabletop feel. Encounters on the map are brought to life via real-time combat in randomized dungeons, much like the arena battles in virtual card game Hand of Fate. Then there's also roguelike permadeath, and survival and resource management to contend with on the map. Beyond all of that, Pixel Princess gains distinction from its commitment to role-playing and character relationships. You pick your backstory every playthrough and meet other characters who roam the world, playing by the same rules as you. These NPCs can be a source of quests or even romantic relationships. There's also multiple endings. We like how the game seemingly offers so much so that you can choose what part of the game you want to focus on. If all goes well, expect to see Pixel Princess Blitz hit early access next March.
If you're making a cute and cuddly platformer, Clown would probably be one of your last choices for a protagonist. After last year's creepy clown sightings, clowns don't exactly inspire cute or cheery thoughts. That hasn't stopped the development of Ayo the Clown though. With its bubbly music, blobby art and bright colours, it's powdered up enough to hide any scary clown thoughts and appear cheery and chirpy. Super Mario is a noted inspiration, and you can see that Ayo's gait and floaty jump are reminiscent of the world's most famous plumber. Toy-like tanks and helicopters spice up the platforming, Ayo's look can be customized in a fashion similar to Battle Block Theatre, and there is an adorable cast of quirky characters. Ayo the Clown is shaping up as a delightful all-ages platformer. There's a free pre-alpha demo to try right now, and the full game should be out by the end of the year.
Robo Puzzle Smash mashes 2 arcade gaming staples in puzzles and fighters into one competitive face-off. On the side of the battlefield, you drop blocks into a grid like you would in Tetris or Bejeweled. Matching coloured blocks will not only clear up your grid, but send attacks towards your opponent. The more blocks you match up, the greater the damage. Twisting up the formula, you can rotate your grid 90 degrees either way to set up greater combos. When you consider you're not just competing against a clock, but another human being, you can imagine the need for quick thinking and how intense the game can get. This is what has eventuated at conventions across the US, where Robo Puzzle Smash has consistently been a crowd pleaser. Away from the competitive atmosphere of local play, we're not sure how much of an appeal the game will have. There will be a single player story mode, but it has become somewhat of an archaic and irrelevant feature of fighting games for a while now. Still, Robo Puzzle Smash looks like an absorbing and innovative fighting game.
Since childhood, we've been told that the universe is endless. We've been told there are billions of worlds, and that it is impossible to reach any of those. We've been told they are billions of light years away. But what if they haven't told us the whole truth? What if we live in a multiverse of parallel worlds, which are separated by nothing but a thin membrane? And what if this membrane is not impenetrable? 7 worlds.
A cataclysmic shift merges 7 parallel worlds into one. Where there was once order, there is now chaos, as different races fight for power in an uncertain world. In Undungeon, you play as one of 7 heralds, one for each alien race, with the goal of uniting this chaos and learning the nature of this devastating shift. The 7 heralds make up a brilliantly weird and original cast of heroes that includes a brain-popping Zen baby, the hunchback cousin of the Grim Reaper, and a floating golden statue. Each carries the core, which is the secret to understanding the shift. It also provides immortality. When the heralds die, they come back to life with the surrounding world rearranged. We think that's a clever way to tie the permadeath system into the game's story, especially due to Undungeon being a narrative-driven game. The pixel art in Undungeon is stunning, and when you look at it in combination with the fast-paced combat, it gives off heavy Hyperlight Drifter vibes. Its world may be perilous, but we think Undungeon has a bright future. With 4 weeks to go in its campaign, it should get the extra 20,000 euros it needs to fund, and if so, we'll see the final game in a year from now. Thanks for watching.
We'll see you next time here on Indie Former.